Hey, my name is Lila, and today I'm going to be talking about statistics surrounding suicide. Did you know that suicide is the second leading cause of death among both men and women globally between the ages of 15 and 29? Suicide is an epidemic worldwide that affects people of all ages, genders, sexualities, and beliefs. The definition of suicide is death caused by harm to oneself with the intent to end one's life. Approximately 800,000 people die from suicide every year, and 75% of those people are men. 33% of Americans say that they know someone who has completed suicide. 9% say that they have attempted suicide, and 23% that they have at least experienced suicidal thoughts. Although depression can impact anyone of any age, studies have shown that millennials and people who are in the military are more likely to experience depression than older generations. 33% of Americans report that they often experience symptoms of depression, yet only 26% of Americans say that they have spoken with professionals about these feelings. Suicide is a major issue across the world, and in the USA especially. Suicide rates continue to rise yearly, especially since the pandemic. Only 64% of people say they would know where to turn if they experienced suicidal thoughts. This leaves 36% of people thinking they'd have no one to talk to about these issues. Of people who suffer from symptoms of depression, 75% of sufferers say they use things such as exercising, therapy, or mind training to resolve their symptoms. Now let's talk about drugs. 62% of people who experience symptoms of depression say that they turn to the use of prescription drugs, while 13% of people say that they turn to the use of illegal or unprescribed drugs to relieve their symptoms of depression. Unfortunately, the use of prescribed and unprescribed drugs are very common for people who suffer from mental illnesses. These drugs can help take the edge off or alleviate some of the suicidal or anxiety-inducing thoughts, which is why they're so common. Although there are many mental illnesses that may cause one to complete suicide, depression is the main cause of suicidal thoughts, tendencies, or actions. In 2011, the suicide rate was 20.2 in every 100,000 people. And in 2021, the suicide rate was 14.04 in every 100,000 people. This may sound good, but keep in mind that the world population increased by almost 1 billion people between 2011 and 2021. Between just 2011 and 2022, 539,810 people died by suicide. Only 49% of people say that they would be able to recognize warning signs of depression or suicidal thoughts. This leaves 51% of people who have no clue about the signs of depression. Since the amount of people who would recognize these symptoms is so low, I'm going to be talking about some ways to identify people who may be suffering from depression so that you may be able to help others. Some of the most common symptoms of depression are feelings of hopelessness, a sad or empty mood, self-harm, feelings of common irritability, and loss of interest in their favorite hobbies. Even though these are the most common symptoms, these are not all of the symptoms. There are many more less noticeable symptoms, such as being tired all the time, not feeling sociable, eating too much or not eating at all, having a low self-esteem, being anxious, having major mood swings, excessive sleeping, a lack of concentration, and many more things. Depression not only affects your mental health, but your physical health as well. People who suffer from depression may find it hard to do everyday activities such as showering, brushing their teeth, eating meals, or just simply getting out of their bed. Not doing these things can start to deteriorate your physical health, which may deteriorate your mental health worse. It is important that you are able to recognize these symptoms in people so that maybe you can help save a life someday. Since I've talked about ways to identify depression in someone, I'm now going to talk about how to help people that you believe are suffering from depression. The biggest thing you can do is be there for them and make it known that they are not a burden in your life and that they are loved. Many people with depression feel that they are a burden to their loved ones, which can lead to suicidal thoughts or self-harm. It is important that you show them love and kindness so that they feel enough, as though they are enough and that they are not alone. Another big thing you can do to help is sitting down and just talking to them. This can create a sense of trust and help them to feel loved and cared for. A few other things you can do are to make them their favorite snacks so that they have something they actually want to eat. Take them out to do things, even if it's just going for a walk. Encourage them to start writing in a journal, or advising them to see a therapist. Most people with depression have a low sense of self-worth and feel that their life is worthless. This is why it's important to just be there for them. If you or someone you know is struggling with depression or anxiety, it is recommended that you seek professional help. Therapy and mental illnesses are often looked down upon and seen as taboo to talk about, but they're not. They're very common. It is imperative that we have these tough conversations and inform our children and our loved ones about things like mental illnesses and suicidal thoughts so that they know that they're not alone in their mental health journey. Being educated on this topic may not only help you, but someone else. If you or someone you know are experiencing suicidal thoughts, the Suicide Help Hotline is 988. If you need help finding therapy, a great place to look is betterhelp.com. They're affordable and they will help you find a therapist that works for you. Hopefully this speech was beneficial and able to give you a better understanding of mental health issues as well as educate you on the effects of mental health that goes untreated. Thank you, and I hope y'all have a great day.